Are those beasts too? Min asked, his water snake coiling closer in anticipation. Bark stalkers, Ren explained, pointing to what appeared to be random terrain features. Imagine a toad the size of a small table with a crab-like shell. They can change their skin's color and texture to match their surroundings, piles of leaves, earth, even moss-covered rocks. Their camouflage is nearly perfect, which makes them particularly dangerous to unwary travelers. And these beasts all live together here without displacing each other? Taro seemed fascinated. It's an interesting cycle, Ren smiled, clearly enjoying sharing his knowledge with his friends. The shadow stalkers dominate the night. From the air, they can safely absorb mana from the bark stalkers. They just need to avoid the weaver's threads hidden within the trees. The bark stalkers are practically defenseless against aerial attacks. Their shells protect them from ground threats, but offer little protection from above. So the giant toads hunt during the day? Exactly, to hide from shadow stalkers, Ren confirmed. They conceal themselves near trees and wait for moonweavers to come down for drinking or gathering nest materials. A weaver on the ground is easy prey if it doesn't notice the stalker in time. The stalker's incredible camouflage makes them nearly impossible to spot until it's too late. And when do the weavers sleep then? Min asked, leaning forward with growing interest. They sleep very little and are the only ones that can move both day and night, though they prefer daylight. Their webs are too fine to catch anything large, but shadow stalkers are very light. If one touches a thread in the darkness, every weaver in that tree's colony knows instantly. Ren considered the possibilities, each opportunity in this not-so-complex ecosystem. The materials they produce are very valuable. Stalker skin, when properly processed, is perfect for mana storage bags. It can contain crystals without letting them contaminate before processing. The same adaptations that help them regulate mana in their bodies make their skin perfect for storage. Are the weaver's threads valuable too? Taro seemed concerned about having to capture the nocturnal creatures Ren had described as dangerous. They're used to make mana detection amulets, Ren explained. A moonweaver's natural silk can sense energy fluctuations with remarkable precision. The same sensitivity that alerts them to predators makes their silk perfect for detecting mana disturbances. But aren't they dangerous too? You said if anything touches the web, the entire tree colony knows, Min observed worriedly as the beasts began to become more visible in the distance. Each passing minute seemed to reveal more details of the ecosystem Ren had described. Not really. That's why the school chooses this zone, Ren explained, gesturing at their surroundings. Shadow stalkers only hunt at night when we'll be in the protected camp. Weavers avoid anything larger than themselves. They're cautious creatures by nature. And bark stalkers, well, they're so slow that simply watching where you step is enough to avoid them. Also, Professor Zhao can easily control the area, he added thoughtfully. Even hungry bronze beasts avoid this territory. The combination of mana-absorbing swarms and weavers that can alert and flee from any intruder makes it not worth their effort. The energy cost of hunting here outweighs any potential rewards for larger predators. The mushrooms pulsed while Ren made mental calculations. At current market prices, a square meter of shadow stalker skin was worth hundreds of crystals, due to its unique mana-containing properties. Weaver silk, though more common, remained valuable for common miners and explorers who needed reliable mana detection. Even the herbs growing on bark stalkers' protective scales had their market, as mana-poisoning remedies, though less efficient than those from inner rings. A simple ecosystem, he thought, studying the interplay of creatures and environment, but full of opportunities for those who know where to look. This will be our base camp, Professor Zhao announced as students descended from the carts. His owl manifested fully now, enormous wings spreading protectively over the gathered group. Ren observed the area with attention. The clearing had been carefully selected, open enough to discourage moonweavers from establishing territories, yet with sufficient cover to protect them during the dangerous night hours. Natural barriers and carefully positioned guards would create a safe zone. During the day, Zhao continued, his voice carrying the weight of experience, we'll focus on collecting weaver silk. It's the safest and most abundant resource in this zone. His eyes, sharpened by his owl's influence, methodically scanned the nearby trees for any signs of danger. But even that requires strict precautions. The assistants began distributing camouflage blankets among the students, each one specially treated with protective compounds. These blankets are treated with bark stalker essence, the professor explained, demonstrating the proper way to wear them. The weavers will ignore them, thinking they're just another predator resting. As long as you move slowly, take only low-hanging threads, and keep the blanket over you, you can collect silk without getting jumped by the colony. What about real bark stalkers? Someone asked, their voice tinged with apprehension. This area has been cleared, Zhao responded confidently, though his owl's wings shifted slightly. We've removed the largest specimens and overly numerous weaver colonies. Still, his gaze hardened, commanding everyone's full attention. Caution is mandatory. He produced a small flare from his bag, its crystal core glowing with a soft blue radiance that pulsed in harmony with the ambient mana. Each team will carry one of these. If for any reason you stray too far and my owl can't locate you, break it. The magical signal is unmistakable. Even most bronze-rank beasts avoid its frequency. How far can we go? Jin asked, his tiger manifesting eagerly in anticipation of the hunt. My owl can cover approximately half a kilometer radius. Zhao indicated marks carved into the most distant trees. Don't cross those limits, or you'll enter territories we haven't secured. He began pointing out specific areas. Besides silk, you can collect moss from empty barkstalker shells. They're abandoned molts. It has value and is relatively safe to obtain, as long as you verify the shell is truly empty first. His wings spread fully as he rose a few meters to demonstrate his surveillance range, the downdraft making the students' clothes flutter. But remember, I'm just one professor with one beast. I can't be everywhere at once. If you act recklessly while I'm handling an emergency in another sector. He let the implications sink in, the silence heavy with warning. At night, he continued while descending gracefully, it is absolutely forbidden to leave the camp. Shadow stalkers are practically invisible in darkness, and they can drain an iron rank student in seconds. Their hunger makes them especially aggressive during the darkest hours. The mushrooms in Ren's hair pulsed while absorbing the information. The professor was meticulous in his planning. This zone was perfect for beginners, with controllable dangers but sufficient risk to keep them alert. The ecosystem itself would teach them valuable lessons about survival. Stay in groups of 3, Zhao concluded, his owl's penetrating gaze sweeping across the gathered students. Report anything unusual, and remember, while safety is paramount, don't forget this is a gathering class. Your grades will depend directly on the quantity and quality of materials you obtain.
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.